Let's review factoring trinomials. So if a equals 1, you want to find factors that will multiply to give you c and add up to give you b. And if a does not equal 1, then you want to turn it into grouping. So turn the trinomial into 4 terms and use grouping. And to turn it into 4 terms, you can find factors that multiply to give you a times c and still add up to b. So find factors that multiply to equal a times c and add to equal b. So let's look at some examples. Number 35 says w squared minus 13w minus 30. All right, so we need to find factors because I see a equals 1, so this is the easier type that doesn't require grouping. We need to find 2 numbers that will multiply to give us c, which is negative 30, and add up to give us b, which is negative 13. So to multiply to get negative 30, I see negative 15 times 2 would help to multiply to get negative 30. And those 2 numbers will also add up to negative 13. And so then I just need to write those out. W minus 15 and W plus 2. And then that's all I need to do with that one. So let's look at another one. Let's say number 40. If I have negative 2p squared plus 20p minus 48. I notice I have a negative out front, so I definitely want to factor that out. And I see that they do all divide by negative 2. So I'm going to take out a greatest common factor of negative 2 first, and then we'll factor it further. So I have p squared left over, I have negative 10p left over, and I have 24. So once I take out the negative 2, my a value is equal to 1. So then I can just think about it similar to that last one and say what will multiply to give me c, which is 24, and also add up to give me negative 10. So negative 6 times negative 4 would do both. They will multiply to give me 24, that's positive 24, and they'll add up to give me negative 10. So leave negative 2 out front. You don't want to get rid of that. And then you have factors p minus 6 and p minus 4. So let's look at another one. Let's see, I'm looking for one that has the other situation going on. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go. Let's look at number 42. We have 12m squared plus m minus 6. So a is not equal to 1. So I need to multiply the a times c and figure out what will multiply to give me 12 times negative 6, which is negative 72. And I also need 2 numbers that add up to give me b, which in this case is an understood 1. All right, so I can see that 9 times negative 8 would help me multiply to get negative 72, and 9 plus negative 8 would help me to add up to get 1. So to change this to grouping, you want to write out the first term, so 12m squared, but then in place of that middle term, so it was 1m, but now we're going to put an equivalent to that, which is plus 9m minus 8m. So notice like that is still equal to 1m. I haven't really changed what I was given. I changed what it looks like. I've turned a trinomial into 4 terms by replacing the middle term with what would still give me the middle term. But now I can use grouping. So now I've got 4 terms. I need to group the first 2 and group the last 2 and take out the greatest common factor for each. So I see I have 12m squared plus 9m. Those both divide by 3m. So write that out front and put what's left, which would be 4m plus 3. I've got negative 8m, so I definitely need to take out the negative, and negative 6. So I can divide both of those by negative 2. So I'm going to put that out front and then put what's left, which is 4m plus 3. So notice that we have a common factor of 4m plus 3. So that's going to be one of the factors of my trinomial. And then I have the greatest common factors that I took out, which were 3m and negative 2. So that becomes your other trinomial, or excuse me, binomial. And those are the factors of this original trinomial. So another great thing to notice is if I were to multiply this back together, I would get what I started with. Okay, so that's it for trinomial.